forgot a beer.
Oh.
Welcome to my live stream. Today is tomorrow is my birthday. But let's hopefully look at the camera. Camera's in a weird spot. I still don't like that. Let's try this over here. A little better. All right. Anyway, sorry about being late. Today's Mother's Day, and also all that stuff came first. And we're here. Don't really have a topic except for I'm going to chill with my friends and hang out here. And if you guys happen to join us, then that is all well and good. And my camera is so freaking crooked.
Don't worry about that kind of thing.
Huh?
Don't worry about that kind of thing.
Oh. I'm a YouTuber. I have to worry about that shit.
Well, I mean, I can make my camera crooked too, but I kind of can't because it's literally resting on my TV monitor thing.
It has a whole tripod thing going on, so...
Well, I don't. Here, I can show you what you look like. See?
Oh, look. I look like a little ball.
Yeah, you're a little sphere.
All right, so while we don't have anybody in here, I'm going to quick run and go grab a beverage.
Oh, we have one other person?
Wait, we have a person?
We have one other. Oh, crap. I just looked at my phone.
You just looked at your phone?
Yeah, I just looked at my phone because I shut it off to show you what you look like, and it's like someone else. Well, it says two. I'm not sure.
It could be both of us.
Yeah. Hi, me. It's more centered. I want to go the other way. No, keep going this way. There.
Dun, 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 dun. All right, I'm back. I don't see anybody in here yet. Ah!
Oh my God! Did your life flash before your eyes right there?
Well, yeah, my thing fell.
Camaro fall on you.
That and justice diplomas.
Oh. You gonna learn today?
Yeah, they could have learned me.
Gonna learn what a diploma to the face looks like today. Oh, it'd be ironic.
It would. I don't know if you guys can even see that. I don't know what's on camera and what's not.
What, you pouring your drink?
Yeah.
Just.
I probably could have done better with the headlines if I had tilted the glass, but oh well.
It just focused a little bit. I could see a little bit more. Like 1/8 of the lip of the glass is out of shot. That's better.
Not that I really need the lip of the glass to be in shot, but you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, if people see you drinking, don't see you drinking, are you really drinking?
I don't know. Does a tree make a noise if it lands in the woods and nobody witnesses it?
I mean, you can't prove that it did.
Unless you leave a microphone.
Yeah.
Oh. So I don't know how long I'm going to be on here tonight. It all depends on whether or not we just sit here and chat amongst ourselves for the next freaking 2 hours.
Probably.
I don't know.
If for sure someone else now.
I don't know if anybody else is joining us in the live. I didn't happen to go back and double check.
I think. Who was it?
You're the only one that's seen it.
Chris said he's gonna try. Jonathan said he would, but probably be a little late because he won't be home till 9 something, and here we are at 10:25.
So yeah,
got 4.
Got 4. Well, nobody's saying hi. Where is everybody?
Come on, people. Speak.
Oh, can't have a chat without friends, man. I mean, come on. Not that I can't have a drink with my friend E, but I don't know if this is actually more space or less space.
Oh, there's the Mrs. Formula, that is.
Oh. Yeah, I think I might. Well, I don't want to, but I was thinking maybe putting the camera over here. But then the problem is that shows off everything in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm still setting up this whole area. I mean, just a whole new space.
Mm-hmm.
get you guys all dizzy. And so I don't know where I want to put anything because, I mean, the whole object is to not show off the whole house so other people can continue doing house things.
Yeah.
While I'm sitting here taking up this corner of the room for 2 hours.
That's why I try to intentionally keep my door out of shot.
Well, yeah, that way so people can't, if they need to walk to the bathroom in boxers, or they're good then. I need to stop looking over here. You know what?
I mean, you can see the light switch, but like another 6 inches to the left or right, or I don't know if it's mirroring the thing. Well, I mean, I should. I'm sitting here watching on YouTube right now, but
I'm trying to do things without making you guys too seasick.
Didn't see that.
What?
I made it look like I was gonna throw up, but I really didn't.
Oh. Who did that? Who did that on the freaking thing? Somebody I was watching was pretending to throw up on camera.
No idea.
All right, so now you guys are actually on top of my laptop.
Jesus.
Which I don't know if I like that either.
I feel so privileged sitting on top of an Alienware from, what was it, 2009?
It's at least a little more relaxing. I can stretch out a little more. Oh, that's been a while. That's the first time I've had the webcam up on top of my computer. It's always been on tripod.
Yeah. You want to try centering yourself a little bit better? I think it's focusing on the curtain behind you rather than you.
Yeah, but I'm worried about centering. Well, there's nobody here, but I just don't really feel like having my toy box in the background.
Oh, semantics.
I know, right? It's my birthday.
Every guy's got toys. They just, get a little bit more expensive as they grow older.
Well, my toys haven't gotten us. They still look kind of kiddish.
What are they, Legos?
So here we got Mrs. Formula, which is Chris's wife or girlfriend. I think
wife.
I think wife.
Oh,
we'll go with that. We have a Matt coming to celebrate my birthday with me, Matt.
What's up, buddy?
Just got back from. I went through a full tank of gas in the Kia today. That's how much traveling I did today.
Oh my God! Did you drive to Florida?
No, all over well, I had the kids today, so I had to drop them all back off to their respective moms. And then we went all the way out to Philly. They had a steampunk event.
Oh, cool!
Like a steampunk flea market.
Dude, I would love to go to something like that.
Yeah, if you guys have my Snapchat, I did a whole bunch of posts on Snapchat.
I don't use Snapchat. I refuse.
I use it as another outlet. It's a way to, like, if I'm doing something in the shop, it's a great way to quickly get something out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we went out to that, and then we were at that for a little while. Then we went to the King of Prussia Mall, and we were going to go to the Cheesecake Factory because I need a light over here somewhere. Sorry, I'm still getting used to the whole setup. I didn't have to worry about it before because the light is in front of me. Because like before, I used to be stuck in. Oh, I don't know if it's gonna work. I used to be stuck in this corner,
right?
Which now there's no table. There's no table.
Dude, I feel your pain. I was recording for a video I'm doing for the high school kids. And so I wanted to use this right here as my backdrop. These two Stranger Things posters. Yeah. I stood right in the middle. The only downside is I've got 3 windows. I got one right there, one over there, one over there. So
and you have no extra
on the you couldn't even see the posters. So it was like, so I put like towels over the windows to block everything out. People don't realize, especially people just starting out on YouTube, they don't realize how important lighting is.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Lighting and sound is like, as far as I'm concerned, far more superior than video quality.
I would have to agree with that.
Yeah.
But I made it work, so I only had a little bit of reflection, but
I mean, that's part of it. I mean, the shop space that I work in, man, this freaking side lighting is so bothering.
You got like one half of your face is like,
Yeah.
But the thing is, if I turn the camera and I put it over here, which is where I want it, so that way I'm just focusing on this corner. Well, then all you're looking at the side of my face anyway, so I can look at the chat.
Yeah.
Which I may end up having to start doing, whereas I have the chat on this side and everything else on this side that I can see you guys and monitor my stream.
Well, see, where I'm sitting, this is the only spot in my garage where I don't have a shop light right over my head. So I have 3.
So you don't look like you're Mr. Clean.
Yeah, exactly. If I had one right over my head, so when I did these live streams, I was like, okay, where am I going to put, where am I going to have the camera, the computer, and all that? But I have this one light right behind me here. Then I have this little light. So it's a work.
They're not bright enough that they are giving you a backlight.
No, it's subtle enough.
Right. And the thing is, that's a nice background there anyway, because you got all your bottles lined up on the wall, and then
got some key tags, and then some of the names and the fun things that people have drawn on my fridge.
I see you have a new key tag there. Do I see a new key tag?
Yes, that was for the Street Speed one. That was for the giveaway.
Yeah, I got the T-shirt. I have. Hold on. Give you guys a sneak peek here for the live.
Just hear distant noises.
So I have.
You have.
I had the T-shirt, and then I got this thing, which is right here.
Yeah, I didn't buy much for Jack's or Mike's. Jack's, I bought a T-shirt. Mike's, I bought the key tag. That's it.
Well, Jack's, I really wanted to enter, but and probably would have been a smarter idea to enter that one. But I don't like the fact that it's $20 an entry.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, granted, it really doesn't make a difference whether it's 25 or $1. The odds are still going to be the same.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. With the $20, the odds might be a little better because there are going to be less people likely to enter on the $10. Like if the minimum purchase is $20, you might lose a few people that would have entered because of the lower price.
Yeah.
So this was one of my, if you can see it, it's upside down. One of my entries for the Corvette giveaway.
Very nice.
So this is for the back of the truck.
Nice. I like those. I think those are really cool.
And I think it's going to look really good on the tan.
Yeah.
Because the truck bed is tan.
Mm-hmm.
Or that brown color. So the brown and the black, I think, are going to look really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last entry, I'm not sure. Were you here last week, Matt?
No, I wasn't on any. That's why I messaged you last week, because I wasn't going to be on Greg, so I just wanted to let you know that.
That's right. I remember.
Yeah.
But I did one last minute entry last week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to see if I can try to bring it up and screen share it. But I did a poster for the wall, which at that point would have been right here.
Yeah.
And it would have been right in the shot. And that was before I picked up this desk. Because literally Wednesday night, I dropped my kid off after our visit, and there was this desk was sitting on the side of the road, like a block and a half from my ex's house.
Mm-hmm.
It looked okay when I first approached it, but the more I looked at it, the more damage was done to it.
Yeah.
Let's see. Both of, let's see here. Focus. Okay, so this side piece, I remade. So this whole piece here, I remade.
Okay.
I remade the exact opposite one on that side. And then I was going to remake the leg that's on the side that's down here.
Yeah.
I didn't end up doing that only because I didn't have enough wood. But I made sure I shored it up good enough that I didn't have to worry about it coming apart. And there was a whole shit ton of missing hardware. It's definitely not perfect, but it is a desk.
Yeah.
So guests now have a desk that she can use.
Honestly, Sean, with where you're sitting now, as far as lighting goes, I know they sell these. You can get them on Amazon, like for
round lights.
Yeah, these not the ring lights, but like the almost like the canopy with like the diffuser over the front. But I think they sell them in different sizes. But like from what I'm looking at with you, from where you're sitting, how the light is on this side of the face, where your desk is, if you had like just a little,
I just need a little light that hangs down from underneath of this top shelf here,
or even like the top shelf, have something that kind of arcs over a little bit with a little diffuser over it, and kind of that amber light. You would have light on this side of the face instead, but it would be softer, and your whole face would be illuminated, and you could eliminate that light behind you.
Literally, this desk I fixed yesterday afternoon. This desk was in pieces all week until yesterday afternoon. I made both of these pieces, which means, you know, like I had to cut them out of MDF. I had to re-drill all the holes for those stupid pin and lock.
Oh yeah.
So I had to draw
the IKEA screws, as I call them.
Right. I had to drill all the holes for that. Plus they don't come black. So I had to paint them black, you know, so that they match. And you know what? Honestly, if I didn't tell you I replaced those, and you just, you know, I mean, granted, if you walked up on the desk and really looked at it, you're going to tell.
Well, dude, that picture you posted, like you picked up a desk. I thought it was a new desk.
No, I refurbished it. It was destroyed.
Yeah.
Because the screws for this top piece, they screw in from the bottom side of the desk, which sits, the screws literally sit on top of the side posts. So the two side pieces, the screws are directly above those, screwed into the bottom of the desk. They didn't take the desktop off to get that off. They busted it off. So they literally just busted the sides, and of course, obviously, the screws came out the side of the MDF.
Yeah.
And so that like triangle of MDF is missing on all four screws, so there was nowhere for it to screw into. And then the same thing, they busted the bottom up too, taking it apart. I mean, it's literally they started taking it apart and then just said, fuck it.
They're like, screw this.
Yeah, and then just destroyed it. So let me pay attention to people in chat so they don't feel like I'm ignoring them. So we still got Chris's fiance. She updated that. We got you, and we got Big E, and we got Pilot. I'm going to call you Pilot because I can't say your first name. And
let me see if I can pronounce this. Is it Wakusha Pilot? Forgive me if I said that wrong.
Right. So if you said it wrong, well,
9:39 in Milwaukee. Okay.
If you said it right, then you're one-upping me on my birthday. That's not fair. Actually, technically today is still Mother's Day. My birthday is not for another hour and 20 minutes.
Okay. How old are you going to be, Sean?
I am going to be an unmentionable age.
Oh God! Don't be a woman. You're not older than me. I can guarantee you that.
No, I'll be 36.
Okay, I'm 41. So.
So Waukesha.
Waukesha. Okay.
I can tell that.
Waukesha.
Is that Native American or? I'm gonna guess that's Native American.
Something
Again,
like
I'd be sticking my foot in my mouth. That's right. I was gonna pull that thing up for you guys and screen share it.
I'm a granddad at 29. Firebird Nation Club.
I miss having the multiple windows or multiple screens.
Yeah, Waukesha says yes to both.
Native American and what?
Let's see what else did he?
Okay, let's blow this one up, and I'm gonna have to actually go on to Shane's website to show you. because it didn't let me download it.
Oh.
I did show it last week. I showed an image of an image, which is not necessarily the same. And what it's saying the giveaway is now live. You lie.
It's kind of like making a copy of a key and then making a copy of that copy and saying it's the same key.
Yeah, right.
Dude, I'm not even joking. The place I'm at now, it's well, my roommate was living here first, and he got a copy of his. He had a copy of the main that he had cut. All right, so wait, hang on. Actually, I got the key. Right now, I have. Oh crap! That could have been bad. All right. This Brinks key right here, this is the key the landlord gave him. He had a copy of this made, and this was lost somewhere. So he didn't have this key, so he had a copy made of his copy. But then he gave me the first copy that he had. And I had to drive over here at 2 a.m. from my mom's before I made the move to give him the other key that actually worked, because the copy of the copy didn't.
You ever see that movie with Michael Keaton called Multiplicity?
No.
Oh my god! It was basically that it was a movie back in God, I think it might have been the 90s, but it was a great flick. He made a copy of himself to handle things like around the house or whatever, but then he made a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. It was a great 90s comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I did see that show in the 90s.
Well, I don't think I shared this. I shared this to the group chat, but I didn't show the actual image. I shared, like I said, the image of an image, I think.
Yeah.
Now that's a cool poster, dude.
Yeah.
And that's actually taken at my work. It's in front of one of the old barns at my work. This was taken back in 2014 before I put the Pontiac 400 in it. It still had the old 403 in it. You can tell because any picture I have of the car with the black shaker, still had the 403 in it, because the shaker for the Pontiac 400 has the gold shaker that actually matches the hood.
Yeah.
The black shaker is the original shaker for the car.
Yeah.
Which I still have that shaker. But I no longer have the 400. Chris has the 400, the 403.
Nice.
All right, so done screen sharing that. Stop. There we go.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Well, while I'm sitting here, I figured I'd entertain myself, so I'm playing a game. It's that BND Drive. It's that car crash simulator turned into a video game. I literally twisted a truck like a pretzel, but it's still.
Are we not entertaining enough? Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is something else. Here, I can actually show you. Hang on, let me stop the truck. Oh, crap. I just flipped it almost. All right. Hang on, let me screen share this. Actually, that's perfect. And now I got everything.
They're saying I have the grill inserts.
I didn't want to do that, but whatever. All right, here we go. All right, so you see this twisted, mangled wreck, right?
Look, it looks like something Send It Steve would do.
Oh, this truck was sent.
You do realize, Big E, if you click screen share and you go over to app windows or whatever, you can click just the window for the BND Drive instead of
Oh crap,
sharing us all.
Well, application. Oh, there we go. That's better.
So there you go. Yeah, you done messed that truck up.
Oh crap.
It can do donuts really well now.
Yeah, I'm still steering like full right, and it's still going to the left.
Just steer left and just have fun with it.
Oh dear, I flipped it just by stopping.
But the thing is Chris was saying that I have the grill inserts they need for their 80. Those grill inserts that I have are actually original Trans Am special edition grill inserts. Original paint, original. And I got them for free from a friend because I was at the time I was actually trying to install. I guess it's like chicken fence, but it's just expanded metal. In the octagon shape, and I was making just basically mesh inserts for the back of because it was just a big gaping hole when I got the car. So I was in the process of making those, and somebody saw it. It's like, no, I have inserts for you. Don't do that. They're like, don't do that to your Trans Ams. I have actual correct inserts. I'm willing to send you up because we got brand new ones. They got brand new ones from OER, and these ones are a little warped. I mean, they're perfect fine for my car, but they're a little warped. And he's like, oh, I can send them up to you. I was like, sure, I'd love to, because those are they're expensive to buy new. Yeah, like hella expensive. And so, I wasn't going to go buy new ones. There was no point at that point. I just bought the car. I didn't have it very long, and there was plenty of other things that needed to be done before some beauty things. But so I got those for free. I didn't pay a damn dime, and they're completely they wouldn't say new old stock because they were on a car, but they're OEM original. It's original paint and everything.
Damn.
So what is everybody's beverage of choice? I have to ask.
Well, I think you and I are drinking the same thing, Sean.
I would assume so.
Yeah, I got some change.
You drinking some change?
Oh, and I got a button cell battery.
You do realize that the people where I work drink that for fun.
Well,
and the Reading Hospital hates it.
Yeah, I bet.
Because they're the ones that got to go fishing for change.
Yeah, not fun.
Mm-hmm. And we hate it because then we got to freaking accompany them down to the hospital, and here they're just thinking this is all fun and games, and I got to ride down to the hospital. I got to hang out at the hospital for a freaking couple hours. To them it's a vacation. To us it's just a big.
Yeah, you're sitting there like this.
Today was 95. Today in 95 was our 17 wedding anniversary. She spent that in jail.
Damn.
Wow.
What are we missing? Oh, okay. Yeah, none of my actors have ever wrecked my car. They've cost me a couple. They almost cost me a couple cars, but they never wrecked one.
Today in 95, I was getting ready to move on from being a junior into summer vacation.
95, I was still in school.
Today in 95,
I graduated in 96.
Today in 95, I probably filled my diaper.
Probably more than once.
Probably, you're right. In more ways than one at that.
Probably. I graduated in 2002.
You kids.
Well,
he's 49. I'm 41. He's a whole 8 years older than me.
I was supposed to graduate in like 2000, 2001, but I failed. Actually, I failed kindergarten twice. Second time, they passed me anyway.
And you know what? Fuck out.
Yeah, exactly. But I graduated in college classes, so screw them. I still came out on top of most of the people that I graduated with.
Nice.
He said he's 64. Waukesha. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Firebird Nation Car Club said 49. My bad.
That's Chris. You know him as Chris in the live stream.
Oh, okay.
He's the long haul truck driver.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, Waukesha, forgive me. I totally misread that. It's been a long weekend. Saturday, we started Saturday morning, like 6 o'clock. Or I started Saturday morning at 6 o'clock. We have a local garage sale in the community here.
Yeah, I saw that. I was jealous. I wanted some of those die casts that were sitting on that table.
Yeah, he sold all of them.
What about the tools? All the tools gone too?
No, I still got the tool. I still got all the Porter Cable stuff. We could talk later if you're interested.
We'll see. I have my eyes on a sewing machine first.
But so we did that Saturday morning, and then later on we went to my mom and dad's house to celebrate Mother's Day yesterday because Melanie had to work today. So it was a time when we had
I think that all mothers that want to have off on Mother's Day should have off on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
same thing with fathers on Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
No, I mean if you are revoking your right to have off on a Father's Day, then by all means go ahead and you can work Father's Day if that's what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a father, you should be able to have off on that day.
Yeah.
Or mother on Mother's Day.
Yeah.
But then
we went from 6 a.m. till about midnight last night. Stuff.
Yesterday I did dad things. We did
get out of here.
plaster of Paris handprints.
Oh.
I did one for both my exes, and then we did one for Jess, and I did one for my mom.
Neat.
So the one for my mom is pretty cool because it's my handprint and all 3 of my kids.
Nice.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think next time if I do it again, I'm going to do it differently. I think what I'll do is I'll put clay in the bottom of the pan and press our hands or their hands in the clay and then fill the top up with the plaster of Paris.
Mm-hmm.
I think I will do it that way next time because I think that's going to be easier. And then plus then your handprints stand out instead of recessed in.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that would be the only thing that I would do differently because that was a total shit show. you got to think about it. A 20-month-old, a 3-year-old, and a 9-year-old. And I'm not sure if you've ever worked with plaster of Paris, but it sets up pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do it when you first pour it in the pan. You got to pour it in the pan. You got to let it sit because it's too watery.
Yeah.
You got to wait for it to start to firm up, and then like that perfect time is when you need to make the imprint.
You have a little window to work with.
Yeah, and 3 kids. 3 kids to get. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pans to do.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was hell because they were starting to firm up too much by the time I got close to the end. And the one pan we didn't even get to do anything in, so I'm just gonna have to do like finger paints.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna have to paint their hands and go.
Yeah.
Because that's the second one for Jess. I had one for Jess with just Luca on it, and then I want to do a second one for Jess with Luca, Jaden, and Zach on it. So that one's gonna have to be the one that has the finger paints, and then we'll just have to wait till the next time they come over. So I'm not sure if anybody, well, you guys didn't notice unless you guys watched my Instagram little teaser clip. Did you notice the song that was in that clip was not something that I can like download off the internet and just put up on my videos for free?
Yeah.
What is it, Mine on My Money or however that song goes? Who uses that? DIY Gang uses that song a lot. But that song is, you can only get it through one service. I forget what the service is. Ooh, excuse me. But you can only get it through one service. And I'll tell you what, they have a lot of awesome free, well, not free because you have to be a member of their thing. Mm-hmm. But when you become a member of their thing, there's a bunch of royalty-free songs that you can get through them.
Mm-hmm.
What is it called? It's called Epic. Of course, it decided to go all the way to hell down here.
Well, yeah.
Epidemic Sound?
Yeah, EPIDEMIC.
Yeah, Epidemic Sound. I use that.
Yeah, so I just signed up for them. In fact, I did that on the 6th. So I did that on the 6th, and that's because I really wanted that song, and there was another one, a Teenage Anthem, I think is the other one that I wanted really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And that also opened up to a whole lot more sound opportunities because they have a bunch of sound effects and stuff too.
Yes. Yeah, Epidemic Sound is one. I know I've mentioned the guy before. One of my favorite YouTubers, a huge YouTuber. He literally blew up. He started YouTube 3.5, maybe 4 years ago. He has 3.5 million subs. Peter McKinnon, and he is one of the advocates for Epidemic Sound, and
the thing is the stock files that you can get either through YouTube or through searching YouTube and other online sites that give you the databases of the free to use without, where you just have to copy and paste their information into your description.
Right.
That's just like using like Windows Movie Maker.
Yes.
It is really great when you first start out. It is really great when you're just trying to get your feet wet and figure out what you want to do.
What I use.
And all of that. It's really great for all that until you outgrow it.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. I got tired of the same stuff. I mean, like, some of the stuff, like there's that one, what is it, Clued or whatever that Mike uses a lot. He has some good stuff, but you know what? I'm a rock guy.
Oh yeah.
I mean, granted, yes, the Technic sound and stuff like that, and with all the good beats.
Well,
and all that stuff.
the reason a lot of guys use that stuff is because it's trendy. The techno, that's the stuff, but I like rock too, and sometimes it's
almost damn near impossible to find a decent rock beat that is free to use. And now I haven't really explored a whole lot of the rock stuff on Epic or how do you say it?
Epidemic
Sound. Yeah, I haven't really explored a lot of that stuff.
Yeah,
but I'm going to be. I mean, I got it because I want that song.
The best way to do it is when you go on their page. There's so much music on that page. Is go to the I want to say it's up at the top. Click on the albums tab. Okay. And they're chronologically ordered. So like whenever they post a new album that has a bunch of different composers, or they might feature a composer or whatever, but it goes in order and they have all different genres, and that's how I find music through them. Now I use a service called Soundstripe right now along with Epidemic. And there's a guy on Soundstripe. I posted this on my Instagram. His name is Thor, but he spells it THORR. And dude, heavy metal, hard rock, and his stuff is amazing.
Yeah, the other thing is I work on a budget. I mean,
yeah.
I only make I can't say on here because I have certain ears that listen to this live stream. But I don't make much. It's not even enough to cover the gas to get back and forth to shop for a month, things like that. Apparently Chris has switched from his Firebird one to this one. Chris, you have to use an email address. Somebody's got to send you the email link. But you got to email. We got to send the link to your email. You cannot log into the same way you do. Like he's trying to log in through the link in the Facebook Messenger on his tablet, which is just like a mobile device. Well, it is a mobile device.
Yeah.
Mobile devices do not like that link.
I guess not.
No, they never. You cannot. Like One Low Blazer, who I don't know where he's been the last couple of weeks, but he had that problem. We have to email the link to your email.
To what Waukesha said about the blue clock is like 15 minutes fast. Yeah, dude, I need to change the batteries in it. It's like it's a lot slow.
It's 12 hours.
Clock right now that is 10:20 or 10:18 to be exact.
15 minutes fast. It's 40 minutes slow.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't changed the batteries in that damn clock for a while now. So
Yeah, that's just like
it's just for show at this point.
Yeah, like who cares?
It's just like all of us. It's just like all of us. The older we get, the more behind we get.
Yeah, pretty much. It's not a priority at this point. I mean, no one's coming into my garage with like, "Hey, that clock is off."
That's just so that way you end up working longer in the shop, and
Yeah.
your wife says, "You know what time it is? Yeah, it's only 10 o'clock." No, it's 11 o'clock. Well, I didn't know. It's my excuse. It's my excuse clock.
Yeah. That's great. And then they'd be like, "Why didn't you look at your phone?" Well, wives would be like, "Why did you look at your phone?" Well, and your hands are like dripping in grease,
So
oil, other fluid that's not good for electronics.
I have a socket in my hand. Anybody want to guess? What
Me too.
you have a socket?
Yeah, it's got a bolt stuck in it though.
What size is your socket?
10 mil.
Anybody want to guess?
It's just unusable.
Yeah, anybody want to guess what size socket I have sitting in my hand? And then I'll tell you the story behind it.
5/8.
No, it's not 5/8.
Is it
Metric or SAE?
I'm not telling.
Ah.
Oh,
Come on, comment. Come on, comment gallery. Somebody give me a guess.
Well, it's not that big. 7/8.
No, not 7/8.
Okay.
is it a 13 mil by chance?
Nope, not a 13 mil. All right, pirate.
Figure it out down there. Maybe you'll see the future down there. Who knows?
Maybe.
It's the same Corvette from last week.
Probs.
I forget if that's the guy that we were talking to last week.
Yeah.
My brain's farted. Oh.
My brain was fried about 2:30.
Last week, if this is the same person, he had a Corvette. He pulled it out of storage and it turned over a little tiny bit and locked up. Now this thing's ran every year. He's put it in storage, and this year decided to not turn over.
Huh.
Which is kind of sad. The car is just gonna. But I thought that was a 70. Why did they think that was a 79?
Now, Sean, what is, or in Waukesha, what's a 4+3 red mean?
4+3 red.
Um.
Oh no.
So like
That term-
interior versus
That term is not something I have in my vocabulary of car shit.
or is it 7 red?
Yes. It's not 8 red and it's not 6 red. It's 7.
7 red. I'm just curious.
Like 3 red.
Yeah, I don't know. He's gonna have to explain that one to us.
Yeah.
All right. So do I have any other guesses on what size?
No.
Nope.
You've got all my brain power for the evening, Sean. So.
It's a 10 millimeter.
Oh.
I said 10 millimeter.
Huh?
I said that literally was my first guess.
No,
for 10
he was saying
millimeter.
that he had a 10 millimeter in his hand. Well, that would
No,
be what.
when you held that up the first time, I said off the top of my head, I said 10 millimeter.
Oh, I didn't hear you. But anyway, so I have that shirt up on Teespring, right? The 404.
10 millimeter not found. I love that shirt.
Yeah, well, apparently nobody else likes it because nobody's bought one yet.
Oh.
They've been sitting on my freaking thing, not bought. Which I might pull it down and re-upload it with a higher pixel density. Because I realized that I uploaded all those with a lower pixel not the max pixel density that I could. So I want to pull them down and put them back up. So hopefully they'll be a little crisper. But anyway, we're always losing these 10 millimeters. Well, I found this one today.
All right, Waukesha. Okay, 4-speed overdrive tranny.
3-speed with an overdrive.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's a 3-speed Doug Nash with an overdrive. But anyway, so found this today. This was in my girlfriend's. You know those things that you can twirl around with the fire on the end of them. You see the people do them. They're the strings with the.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You put a P. I forget what it's called. Panyo or something like that. But she used to be into that, and apparently she cleaned up a bunch of shit and threw the shit in the bag, and this was in it. This 10 millimeter has been missing for like at least a year. And
to find it in literally the most unrelated of places.
Exactly. It was in there with some of her hair barrettes and some other different stuff.
I just looked at the bag like, that doesn't go in here.
But instantly, I was like, she dumped it out. She goes, "Oh, a socket." And I looked at it. It's like 10 millimeter. I said, "It's got to be a 10 millimeter, doesn't it?" But yeah, the most iconic socket to lose and to find it in like the weirdest.
I know, right? Places. That would be like me finding. I don't even have metric sockets. Like me finding a 10 millimeter in that chest right there.
Under at least that is in your garage.
Yes.
This was hanging in my freaking closet in my bedroom. It's probably been there since before we moved.
Probably, yeah.
Well, it was probably in that bag from before when we were still in Auburn.
How was that?
That was it. That was
just bottle cap.
That was bottle.
Sounded kind of plasticky.
Yeah. I'm just throwing shit, so.
And we have Dick Skinner's in the house. That sounds horrible.
Oh my God.
Dick Skinner's Shop and Snap-on Tools.
Yep.
Oh, that doesn't sound like a good time. I'm sorry.
I know, it doesn't sound like a good time.
Now, if it was like Richard Skinner's, it's a little bit better, but or just Skinner's, but
yeah.
What do I know about marketing?
Yeah, for anybody that is joining, and this is not necessarily my regularly scheduled program. I mean, I got on here at 10:30, and because today is Mother's Day, and I had to do Mother's Day things first, and tomorrow is my birthday, so just decided to pop on here, chill. Don't really have any. Well, do I really ever have a topic?
Not really. Just
sometimes,
like whatever talk,
Well, Matt, by the time you get on, normally the topic that I did have when I started has been done and fleshed out, and by the time you get on, we're just bullshitting like we are right now anyway.
It works, man. It's and that's honestly that's what I look forward to. It's one thing that like I enjoy Greg's channel, and like we had a really good topic tonight. We were talking about drones and stuff, but like
we had a really good topic. Let me tell you what.
There's times where I do I do miss the just the regular let's bullshit about cars. Like I there's times I do miss that.
The thing is my channel isn't even necessarily strictly cars either. It's just basically anything that you would come up to topic in a garage hanging out with friends.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, granted, we can't talk about that hot chick we bagged at the bar last week.
For what we thought was a hot chick at the bar last week, and then we woke up the next morning.
Then it turns out there was a snake in the drawers, but yeah. I mean, I don't think that would be necessarily a decent topic to have up on here. I mean, not that it wouldn't get some shits and giggles, but just for YouTube community freaking guidelines bullshit. I mean, we're already pushing it pretty much with the language and the alcohol and.
I've got dicks on my fridge drawn over here.
So we can't see that really well, so we're good. We're just going to pretend
we're fine. Yeah,
we're just going to pretend those are puppy dogs. And
well, actually, I had the kids draw, and when I say kids, I mean like 16, 17-year-olds. There's one kid that comes over, and they like literally flaccid the entire side of my fridge. I have people come over, as you guys can see, like they sign the fridge and they sign their name, logo, whatever. And then one of the kids, his name's Owen. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be the typical teenager, and I'm gonna draw a dick on your fridge." And then he just went to town and drew a whole bunch of them. So I had to have some of the other kids kind of cover them up with whatever they could whatever they could do.
All right, give me a minute. I have to sit here and I'm going to try to get Chris in the live here. So you guys are going to have to carry on the topic here for a minute while I on Facebook here.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm going to take an opportunity to get something else.
No, you guys are not supposed to keep disappearing. You guys are supposed to.
Well, that's why I moved the camera.
I can't move the camera because where I want to go is right. Nope. Over there. But there's kind of like this little corner right here and my computer. Yeah. It's mirrored, okay? Just give me a break. Just like, do I need to go a little bit to the left? No, I need to go to the right because it's backwards.
I know I have that too. Like if I ever want to reference anything left or right, but as you guys watch it, I have to go the opposite way, like especially like referencing maps or anything like that. If you're seeing this, retype your email in the chat without the @gmail.com because it won't let me copy it.
Wow, that's dumb. I'm gonna go get my thing now.
Well, actually, no, it won't let me copy any of them from in the messenger on. That's kind of bullshit. Why
it won't let you copy in Messenger?
It won't let me copy and paste in Messenger.
Freaking Facebook.
Working always fucking shit up. Let me see if I can do it. Well, that doesn't help me either, but all right, whatever. I'll figure this one out. I normally had who did I have do this? I think I had Jason or somebody that used to. I think it was JA. JA used to do it for me.
Where's John been the last couple of weeks?
I don't know. Where's everybody been?
Yeah.
Normally have like one low blazer and
chat's been pretty quiet. I mean, usually, well, I know early on it does pretty well.
I got a cat.
Kitty.
All right, let's see.
You should have seen it last week. I just like threw her over my head just onto the bed behind me. I had to do it multiple times.
I'm done doing that shit. We're down to 4 people now. Where did everybody go? I guess we're boring. It's getting late, and we're probably boring the shit out of people.
Probably most of that's late.
So, anybody have any clue when Mike is going to get freaking word back about this Corvette, and I can stop having anxiety?
I don't know when he didn't like. I actually only followed him and Jack during this contest, so I don't know.
Well, I know he's got to send. They did it. YouTube is making them do things by the book now.
Yeah.
And so you cannot have a giveaway on your channel anymore run by yourself because it's breaking some law about gambling and shit. So you have to send it out to an outside source. So that's what they did. They sent it out to a professional company that will actually, handle all of the entries and pick a winner for them. And also they provide legal representation if something goes wrong.
Don't do it, Lucy. Please no.
So they got to pay these people to basically represent them in the giveaway.
Wow.
And so we got to wait for this company to go through all of the results and to randomly pick a winner.
Don't bat that off there.
And then obviously then they'll get that back to Mike. And yeah, 717.
Hey, you leave that alone.
It's Street Speed 717 is who we're talking about.
Yeah.
We're all local we're pretty much close to the 717 area code. Like I'm not 717 up here where I'm at, but 717 area code is like 30 minutes down the road from me.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
Yeah, so we're all pretty much, we know a lot of these people that YouTube from our area by first name basis. So like, yeah, I call him Mike. I don't. It's annoying to call him Street Speed 717 all the time. It's Mike. It's Steve. It's Steve. Now Hammer Down Motorsports. I call him Steve when I'm talking to him. When I'm referring to him, I'll call him Hammer Down.
Yeah.
Because there's how many Steves in this area, and it just is easier that way.
Just on YouTube, there's a lot of Steve.
Right.
Steve.
Armageddon's the L1. It's Nick.
Yeah.
You know, and like some of them tried to hide who they were for a while, but I mean, come on, you get big enough. There's no hiding who you are. The name is going to get out.
I think Chris needs to mute the YouTube live feed.
Yeah,
watching it.
Yeah, you're.
We're getting a lot of feedback.
You can't have the live stream playing while being on the live stream. It doesn't work. At least not sound wise.
Yeah, so like the actual YouTube video, mute that and then have the Google Hangouts.
Yeah, because that's all you're going to need to hear is the Google Hangouts. You don't need to hear the live stream. You hearing us, Chris?
Negative.
I have to give Chris a little bit of credit because right now he's long hauling somewhere. I don't even know where he's going right now, but he's a long haul trucker, so he's joining in from the workforce. But yeah, I mean, I'm anxiously sitting here waiting because, like I said, I bought the T-shirt, I bought the flag, which stuck over there, and then I have the poster, which is coming, which is still being in processing. So I'm assuming that they're still waiting to print it, which, you know, I'll give them all the time in the world as long as I get it between now and the next 3 months. But Corvette on my channel would be freaking awesome.
Corvette in general would be awesome.
Yeah. Chris, you need to mute I think it's him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I can't even hear if he's talking. I just hear the barely hear. I can barely hear you talking, Chris. I don't know if you don't have your headphones on like you normally do.
I don't hear nothing. I can't hear nothing. I don't think that's the happen. I gotta play it through the stereo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we can barely hear you, but we can hear the replay of the chat of the live stream louder than we can hear you.
Yeah.
How do you stop a VCR from flashing 12 o'clock? Well, the quickest way is just to unplug the VCR. That's not flashing.
Jesus.
That would be the quickest way to get it to stop flashing.
Yep.
Second way would be actually just to set the time on the clock.
It's out.
In settings. I can hear you now.
They're all backwards. I can't hear.
I just walked in. I said, "How do you guys know to have a VCR from Flat?" You know what? I got a funny story. My former mother-in-law used to she still works there at Walmart. And she works at the jewelry counter.
Right.
So she tells me one time that a customer walks up with a old school alarm,
And shit.
and she says, if she plugged it in, doesn't work.
That's
She
good.
plugged it in, hit the buttons, nothing's working.
She hands it
to my former mother-in-law, and then my mother-in-law, looks at the clock, looks at the customer, looks at the clock, peels the 12 o'clock sticker off the front of it, and hands it back to her.
Oh, it had the
Oh my god!
I kid you not.
Yeah, I forgot the old alarm clocks used to do that. They had the that way when they had it up on the shelf, you know, what the image of what the time would look like
Yeah,
on the clock.
that's exactly what it was, Sean. Is like she literally peeled the sticker off in front of the customer and handed it back to her.
That's great.
And the lady got pissed at her.
Of course.
That's because
Like, what the
she embarrassed her.
Well, Walmart.
She wasn't pissed. The thing is when a person does that, they're not pissed at you. They're pissed at themselves for being so stupid.
Exactly.
Instead of being an adult and realizing that, all right, I'm pissed at myself, they take it out on the next closest person to them. Or the person that made them realize how stupid they were.
Yeah, Waukesha yells at you, dude. I laughed for 5 minutes when she told us that story.
That's great.
Oh, gotta love people. I tell
That
you.
is a gem of customer service industry right there.
No, I hate fucking customer service.
My current girlfriend, she works at the well, you can't call it customer service now. She works at Target, so it's guest service, and she's been there for going on 3 years now. And I'll tell you some of the stories she comes home with.
My ex used to run, you know that counter that's all the way in the back by the dressing rooms?
Yes.
That's what they stick all the employees they don't know what to do with. That was my ex's position, and she still could barely handle that one.
Jeez.
But they stick, and the reason why they know that's where they stick the people they don't know what to do with is because, like, they had her in other places, and that's where they ended up putting her eventually, because, you know, whatever. But they had her back there, and yeah, some of the stories that she would come home with what people would call in were just absolutely hilarious.
Oh my God, it's just you know, and the thing of it is, it's not exclusive to any, you know, race, political party, demographic.
People are fucking retarded.
People everywhere.
You know, and you know what? This is going to start a controversy. All right, you got merge points on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yeah.
You know, it's 2 lanes down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and there's a reason why they have the merge point a certain distance away from the next intersection or turn-off point or whatever.
Right.
And that way the flow of traffic can merge into a single lane without causing a backup to block other roads or. The thing that irritates me the most is when you have that everybody decide to merge into 1 lane like a mile and a half before the merge point. All right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have the freaking asshole that decides to sit there and straddle the dash line.
Yeah.
Anybody from going up to the merge point to merge. Now, technically, that's illegal.
Yeah.
Because you're not allowed to straddle any line.
No.
Number 2, the whole point of the merge point being all the way the fuck up there is that way you don't have that giant ass line of one line of traffic.
Nice, smooth. You know,
Right. That's the way it should be. But everybody's in too much of a hurry and too much. Oh my God, somebody's gonna get one up on
And
me.
you know what I love? They're in like construction zones when it normally is like 2 lanes. I see this on Route 30 going from like York to Lancaster all the time. Okay. When there's construction, it goes down to 1 lane a lot of times. And it's interesting to have Chris on here. You said he's a truck driver.
Yep.
Is when 2 tractor trailers are like decide they're going to take over the highway and say, we're going to block everybody. And they ride side by side and force everyone behind them to merge. And they're going to be the controllers.
Well, the other thing is the reason, some of the reason why those big rigs do that, and it's not necessarily on purpose. What happens is a lot of them are speed governed. They're not allowed to go over a certain.
Well, yeah, I know that. I know, but they purposely.
What happens is the one that's following the other gets tired of following that one, so they go past them. But because they don't have enough of a speed advantage over the one next to them,
Okay.
they just get stuck.
Mhm.
And so they can't make the pass.
Okay, so how many of them are actually truly stuck, and how many are actually purposely blocking people from passing? Because I see a lot of people passing on the shoulder, and just they'll go anyway.
That's just stupid shit. That's just asking for freaking asinine trouble.
And
I travel 78 every day.
yeah,
And I see it all the time. You'll see
Yeah.
the thing is those tractor trails will be, like this, or even cars too. Cars you'll have the cars in line, and you're coming up the passing lane at a pretty good clip, because I do about 80. I mean 55. And I'm coming up the lane. Now, I'm not an asshole that's going to sit there and run people over and shit on the highway.
right.
I'll cruise, and then I'll slow down when I approach the cars, because I don't want that difference in speed gap, because if they do something stupid, I'm going to be on top of them before, anything else. But what I hate is right before you're getting ready to pass them, the car in the back will decide, you know what, I'm going to pass that car now. Which means that you got to check up, because what happened?
Chris is overpowering your feet.
Right, but no, I don't understand why Mrs. What happened? What was the?
We got to, yeah. I just saw that too. Like, all the messages are deleted by.
Why?
breaks the head.
Chris, do you have any idea why your fiance timed out Pilot?
On what?
And the cat.
Well, I mean, they are driving. Could have hit a bump, and her thumb just happened to do whatever.
Yeah, I shut my side of the chat down in the tablet.
Yeah, I don't think it was done on purpose, but I can't undo it.
She says sorry. Yeah.
Oops.
I don't think I can untime him out.
She said it was by accident.
Yeah. Sorry, Pilot. You weren't disabled.
Yeah, you're good, dude.
On purpose. Don't run away. It was a slip of the finger.
He's only got to wait 5 minutes.
But anyway, where was I at? No, and yeah, you can't undo it, and it is what it is. It happened, As long as he understands at the end of it that it was an accident, then that's what it is. But anyway, where was I? I was at something. What was I at?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
We've been derailed.
No, I know, right?
Oh my God, the train cars are piling up. I was talking about the cars that decide to jump, like if you're.
We're talking about merging. Yeah.
No, but if you have two cars in the slow lane and you're,
I can't see it.
it's fine, Chris. Just let it go. We already figured it out. Anyway, so you got two cars that are in the slow lane, and you're approaching them in the fast lane. The one car in the back, has all this time to move over and pass the car in front of them.
Yeah.
But they wait until you're getting ready to pass them, and then they want to cut over and go.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't want to go at the speed that you're going. They're going like 10 miles an hour slower than you're going. So instead of you just cruising on by them and then them pulling out behind you, no, they got to pull out in front of you. And the truck drivers do it too. You're getting ready to go by them and you're coming up on them, and then all of a sudden the truck in the back wants to come over. Now I'm only on 78 from Hamburg to Charlottesville. That's like 6-7 miles.
Yeah.
So once that truck driver decides to do that, I'm screwed.
Yeah.
It only takes
I'm on the highway a lot, and I would say with the truckers that I experience on a day-to-day basis, it's about 50-50. Because I mean, I stay in the right lane. I go 5 over the speed limit. I put my cruise control on, and I'm a granny driver. I really don't like speed or like go crazy or whatever. Like I know where I need to go. I'll stay in the right lane. I'll stay out of people's way, whatever. But I tell you, here lately,
You're gonna have to turn yours down a little bit.
That's right. She's in the passenger seat.
yeah,
That's where it was. Is she was playing the live stream so she could hear it.
Yeah, she was on her phone.
Technically, she doesn't need to have the volume up on the live stream at all.
because
she can hear, if she can hear us on the Google Hangouts, then she doesn't need to have any sound in the live stream at all.
no.
Yeah, well, she can't because she's in the house.
Okay. Well,
She's got the live stream. Whenever I was speaking to you before, I had the live stream. I put the live stream back up on my tablet before you called. So I had to shut it down in the tablet in order to answer the call. And then it was muted here. Then I couldn't hear you, so I had to get this old-fashioned rinkety-dink headphone wire in order to be able to hear you guys.
Right, but you know what? I now know where we're picking up your live stream sound from. It's your call with her.
Yeah, but see, that's on a Bluetooth. That shouldn't be coming through this.
I don't know.
Yeah, something's feeding back because it keeps flipping the screen back from like Sean or me to you, Chris.
Yeah.
Okay. Use your mic on.
No, well, and there's only so much you can do. I mean, we understand that. I mean, here you are trying to live stream with us from the cab of a truck doing your job, you know.
Yeah.
All right, and hey, there we go. We got Pilot back.
There. Now we'll see if that. I had her mute her side of the conversation with me, so we'll see if it still feeds through or if it's doing anything.
All right. We'll see. I mean, I'm not getting anything of it right now. Just the background truck noise. That's it.
Yeah.
Truck noises.
Yeah, the truck noise can be horrendous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, not like it's a, however.
Yeah, there you go. Pilot understands, which that's all fine. You know, Mrs. Formula, you're all good. Like I said, we all understand that accidents happen. I've accidentally deleted people from groups by accident, and meaning to add them to something, and I ended up deleting. Then you got to go back through and try to find them and re-add them. And all kinds of weird shit.
So, like what Walker Show was saying, all that to get 18 free in front of you.
Yeah, and that's the same thing as the merging. The merging is the same thing. You know, it's like, the reason why the traffic backs up as bad as it does is because
everybody has to be first.
Right, and that's why if everybody sat there and merged in the oh my god dreaded zipper way,
yeah,
God forbid,
then the traffic wouldn't be backed up all the way back to the next intersection. And that's what it is. I mean, the thing is what they're expecting is, if you line up 10 cars and you line them up 5, side by side, that's 5 cars deep.
Yeah.
Well, if you line up them same 10 cars in file order, well, that line is now twice as long, and now could possibly be interrupting traffic flow in other areas.
Yeah.
Like people trying to turn off onto a side road or whatever. Instead of just merging at the merge point. And then you're going to get pissed. You're that dude that decided to merge and decided to fall in line on the whatever side it is, a half mile before the merge point. Then you're going to get pissed at the guy that goes up the other lane that's free and open and goes up to the merge point.
Yeah.
It's just them doing what you should have done to begin with.
So let me ask you guys this. I've been noticing this a lot the last 6 months to a year. In the daytime, people behind you or in front of you with their freaking high beams on.
Well,
for no reason, in the middle of the day, high beams on.
I have the problem. People think that I have my high beams on, but they're not.
Oh.
Until they decide to flick their high beams at me, and then I actually put my high beams on.
Yeah, I'm not even talking about that. Like, I'll be on the road and I'll be driving and I flash people. And then I pass, like going through Spring Grove where the paper mill is. And like, I got high beams in my face. I'm like, dude, it's like 80 degrees out. It's sunny. I flash my high beams at them. no change. I drive by, I look at them, and it's fucking, like little, fucking grandpa.
Well, he may not realize he may not realize the high beams are even on.
No, and that's my point.
Mhm.
They get in the car and they go. They don't even people don't even think.
Well, I mean, a lot of cars today, you don't even have control over that. Like the Kia that I have, it automatically puts the headlights on.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm a firm believer. You need to know how your car works.
Oh yeah, you do.
There's no excuse for
There
that.
are times though where I have, like because the high beams and low beams are on the stick now, they're not in the cars where they're down on the floor.
Mhm.
There are times where I have bumped that stick and accidentally put my high beams on, and it's daytime, so I'm not thinking. I'm just thinking that I'm not thinking about my headlights. It's daytime, and I don't have to think about my headlights because my car does it. The car does it automatically. The only time I have to think about them is when it's raining, and it's not dark enough for them to turn on.
Yeah.
So I end up putting them on manual.
But I see it.
I want them on.
It's every single day. I get people with high beams in the
This
day.
goes back to that same topic we had earlier about the target people.
And
There
I
are
think
too many idiots.
Yeah, well, it's not just idiots. It's the people that, and the thing of it is, the people that have their high beams on are old people. I'm talking like 70, 80-year-olds that are just, they get in their car and they drive from point A to point B, and they don't fucking care about anything else.
Don't care or don't realize they're just not mindful.
Don't care.
Get out of my way, Sonny. I'm headed for the bingo hall.
Exactly.
Pretty much. Speaking of high beams,
I hate turn signal and high beams on the same stock. I hate it. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to turn my turn signal on and have accidentally switched the headlight settings.
That's how mine.
Turn them off. Normally mine are on auto, so you got. I rotate it to turn from like parking lights to running lights to auto lights, which will turn the headlights on and off depending on the light sensor, and then it has like an auto, like a manual on.
Yeah.
It switches that, and then of course if you click it forward, it turns the high beams on.
Right.
You click it back, it turns the low beams on, and if you pull it towards you, it just flashes the high beams.
Correct. Yeah, mine does the same thing. I have a 2019 Chrysler
Pacifica, the thing is,
and it's on the left side.
Right.
Same thing. You push it forward. High beams are on all the time. Pull it to flash, and then the stock is up down to turn signal.
Right, but see, the thing is, the way that I drive, I either drive, and you call this the asshole move, whatever, but normally I actually rest my steering wheel on this part of my hand.
Yeah.
Because if I actually hold the steering wheel, my fingers go numb.
well,
So I tend to just relax the steering wheel up here, and that way I can quickly grab my hand down if I need to. Or I'll put it over here at like the 9 o'clock, and I'll have the outside of the steering wheel and the outside of the steering wheel here in between my pinky and my and then I'll hold normally the part that goes across, I'll hold that with my the rest of my fingers. So when I go over to just go click the freaking turn signal real quick, I normally just slide my thumb over to the side of the steering wheel and click it. While doing that, half the time you end up turning that headlight selector at the same freaking time. It is
my actual headlight selector is a dial in the dashboard to my left side.
same in my truck.
I like my stock. I like my old cars because literally you had a stock pulled out on the dash that turned on, depending on how far you pulled it out, either turned on your parking lights or your running lights and headlights. Okay, and then you turned it and it would dim. It was the dimmer switch to the
Instrument cluster.
the dash cluster. Okay, and then your headlight on and your headlight high beams and low beams was down on the down on the floor, up in the top corner, and then your turn signal stalk was a completely different stalk.
Yeah.
So you weren't sitting here fucking with different shit to do the same thing. You know, I mean, granted, you had more stocks to deal with, but you know what? You knew what you were freaking hitting when you went for it.
Yeah.
You didn't
Yeah, but
accidentally hit something different.
Well, see,
one went
ironically
bad,
enough,
it was a lot cheaper to replace.
when I was a kid, my first car was a 91 Ford Escort, and it was the same thing. It like on the left stalk, it was turn signal up and down.
They stopped doing the thing on the floor in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And they stopped doing, like, they put everything up on a stalk in the 80s. Because my mom's Race Classic, which was like an 85 or 86,
Yeah.
everything was on the tree.
Yep.
And I don't like it. Now my Dodge, I think, damn, it's been so fucking long.
It has to.
You realize by the way, you realize it's been 2 years since my freaking truck. Well, not since it's been on the road, but since I first started having issues with it and I pulled the transmission out the first time.
Damn.
2 years ago, I pulled the transmission out of that truck for the first time.
Emphasis on the first time.
Oh, that transmission's been out of that truck like 6-7 times. Now, granted, for the last year, that truck has been sitting in the field. I didn't even have it. I haven't even fucked with it. But I do have the fluid pump is right here underneath this table. Just waiting for me to get the PA out of the garage. And just, I haven't been up to it. I've been dealing a lot with, that big D word that nobody wants to talk about, and we're not talking about, what's in our pants. Because that's the other big D word that nobody wants to talk about.
Well, at least not on YouTube.
No. But no, I've been dealing a lot with depression lately, and then motivation. So you don't really want to get up and do anything, and then you're like your head tells you that you're all this shit that ain't true, and you just spiral down a freaking hole, and you just lose all motivation. And then like by the time you fight your way out of it, you realize half the day's gone by and you didn't get anything done. And
I actually enjoy days like that from time to time when I wake up early, 7 o'clock, have my coffee. I don't really do anything. Next thing I know, it's like 1 in the afternoon. I still haven't done anything. And then 4 in the afternoon, I'm like, yeah, I wasted this whole day. And you know what? It felt great. Not all the time, but every once in a while, having a Saturday like that or a Sunday like that is great.
Yeah.
When you can just really just chill and not like maybe watch TV, play video games, whatever, and just have a
Every once in a blue moon, you need a recharge.
Yeah.
Before we get too far off the subject of interacting with our vehicle's lighting system, does anyone else have their low beams on them? I think their high beams are on, and then when the car's coming the other way, you flash your beams on accident, try and shut off your high beams that aren't really on.
I've done that. Yeah. Ironically enough, my the Pacific I have has automatic high beams. I actually turn them off because where I live out in the country, so I've got a lot of twisty, winding roads, and what happens is like my high beam. I don't even know if it's camera or what actually catches the other person's high beams to shut my high beams off, but it'll shut them off, and then they'll go down behind a hill. It'll turn back on. It'll shut off, turn back on, and I've had
automatic high beams.
And I'm like, I'm afraid I'm gonna hit a cop sometime, and it's gonna think I'm flashing them, but it's just the sensor turning on and off because of the angle or whatever. So I've actually turned that off in the van.
Mm-hmm. one of my friends, he's got one of the new Ram 1500 Sports, blah blah blah, whatever, and he's got that. And I've actually seen it dim the high beams because there's a sign that thinks there's a car.
Yes, I've had that happen
See
too.
the sign
I'm like,
anymore, so it turns them back on. It's like, wait, there's a car there, and it turns back off again. And you're just stuck in this endless loop until you move away from the sign.
yeah, like I'll hit. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I'm driving along, and like my high beams are on. Okay, no cars coming. All of a sudden, they go dim. I'm like,
What's going on here?
no car. And then it's, the 35 mile per hour sign on backcountry road or whatever. Yeah, so I don't use that anymore. Now, speaking of like automatic features, before Chung comes back, one thing I hate on the new car that I have is the auto stop start.
Oh my god.
I can't stand that feature. It is useless.
Yeah. I think my roommate's brother, his car has that because it's on the tachometer. It's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 all the way up to like 6 or whatever, 6 or 7. It's a Chevy Cruze, one of the other ones. But below 1, it's got auto stop, and it doesn't. I've let him borrow my truck, and I've taken his car, and every time I've come to a stop, it's never done that.
Yeah.
I don't see what the point is in putting a 4-cylinder off to save fuel.
But I'm curious, like, how much fuel is it actually saving? I know, because the thing is, like, I have this thing on my dash, this like panel of buttons that I can actually physically turn it on and off, and I'll forget sometimes, and I'll be on a bit of an incline, and it won't be like that steep, or
I hope not.
It'll just be a little bit of an incline, and I'll like let off the brake to put the gas, and I'm like, oh, and then it has to start up, and then it has to start up and then go actually into gear to move forward. So there's a little bit of a lag there, and I can't stand it. I absolutely hate it. Worst feature they could have ever put on a car.
Thank you, car.
Yeah, the only reason they do it is because the EPA gives them a certain credit, I'll say, for lack of a better word that I can think of right now, towards their vehicle's actual fuel economy.
Yeah.
But I think I asked this the other week, but do you have to do that? You have to turn it off every time you get in the car?
As far as right now, I have not found anything in the Pacifica where I can turn it off. So, like, yeah, every time I start the car up, I have to make sure I hit that button to turn it off. Otherwise, it'll do the auto start thing.
Yeah, if they had it set up so if you just turn it off and it stays off no matter how long the car sits or how many times you turn it up or whatever that is.
Dude, that would be nice.
Yeah, but then they'd have to run the exact same tests with it off and report that fuel economy instead of going with it on.
Yeah.
Well,
there's probably a parameter in the computer about how many millions will it cost you for a tuner to go in and flip a switch, so to say.
Yeah. Mrs. Formula says try driving an electric or a hybrid. But, well, I mean, I don't have anything against electric cars. I mean, I have it against them that, you'll drive like 200, 300 miles, and then it takes you 15 minutes to build up enough of a charge if you're charging it to get anywhere else. I mean, I can take my truck, fill it up for 5 minutes, and be good to go another 300 miles.
Exactly. I mean, I get where they're going with the whole like, electric hybrid thing, whatever. But give me a gas or any day of the week.
Yeah. All right, something else I was thinking about. I can't remember what it was.
Thank God we haven't hit nothing with sunlight yet. Although Tesla does have one produced and in testing phases. It's all electric.
Dude, that thing cruises. That thing got like a 5-second 0 to 60. I think it is.
Yeah, it's ludicrous. Actually, had a guy with a Maserati or something that followed it on one of the test routes. I seen a video on Tesla's website a couple months ago. They get an on-ramp with the truck fully loaded. The truck is dusty. The truck is at the end of the ramp on the highway call. The guy was still grabbing gears coming up the ramp.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen Tesla's new like tractor trailer, and dude, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Where technology's going, man.
Well,
Now, the thing I haven't noticed, I wonder if they produce a trailer to go with that truck as well, and make the back drive tires on the trailer be drive tires and braking force tires at the same time.
what they'd probably do is they'd have it set up so if you need to, it can drive the tires, but most of the time on the trailer. But most of the time, it'd probably just use the trailer's wheels for regenerative braking. At least that's what I would think they would do.
I have no idea where we're at right now.
We're talking about electric vehicles.
I have
features on the car.
I have no experience with electric vehicles whatsoever.
Well,
Yeah.
I was talking about one thing on my car I can't stand is the auto stop start feature.
I don't think anybody likes the auto stop feature, and I think the only reason that it's there is so that way the different car manufacturers can take advantage of certain incentives from the government.
Yeah.
Well, also when they do their EPA does their fuel economy testing, it also brings a slightly higher fuel economy.
Yeah.
If they do the
Right,
test,
and that's the whole thing is it's the whole reason why like Kias don't come with a spare tire is to make the car light enough, just enough to whatever. And I do believe that car that like Chevrolet to be able to offset the fact of having the Camaros and the Corvettes and stuff like that on their lineup, they have to sell so many small EcoBox cars to make sure that they bring their total emissions or whatever.
Yeah.
They're like all their line of their cars have to average out a certain emissions to be able to get I forget. I don't even know what to call it, but they get a kickback from the government.
Yeah.
The EPA for having meeting certain requirements.
Waukesha says, "Wait, what? This is 2019. We're supposed to have flying cars by now."
yeah,
Yeah,
according-
I don't
we are.
I don't
Actually, you
even
know what? I would not want a flying car because there's nothing better than the sound of a V8 going down the road.
Well, and even if they
All your
manage,
electric shit,
even
I don't care.
even if they manage somehow to power a flying car with a American V8 naturally, internal combustion engine, I still wouldn't want it because we have a hard enough time keeping idiots on the road on the ground, let alone having 4 dimensions of 3 dimensions of space to travel instead of just 2.
Yeah,
They have a hard time
seriously.
keeping 2 dimensions under control. Can you imagine
Can
adding
you
a third?
imagine Karen? Can you imagine Karen from HR flying a car to work on her phone with the visor down, doing her fucking mascara, swerving all over the airspace, crashing? Forget about crashing into other cars. This bitch is gonna crash into buildings because she can't, multitask.
and then there's people who actually need to have the dexterity to control the vehicle in the air.
Yeah.
Unless they computerize that shit too. I mean, it's computerized in modern airliners.
No, if they're going to make flying cars, they need to go right to like Tom Cruise and Minority Report and just have like total self-driving cars.
Yeah, but see, then I definitely wouldn't want them. I'd be the dude on the ground with the off the grid, off the radar, fucking V8 with no computer in it.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm all for technology. I love tech. I love gadgets and whatever. But if I need to get somewhere, I will get where I need to go myself.
The worst scenario to that would be if you
By the way-
was out there on the back 40 with your V8, just ripping it up, having a hell of a good time, not a cop around for ages. But all of a sudden, that flying bubblegum machine drops in the road in front of you and says, "Son, we want to talk to you. License and registration."
But I'm not the one driving it. My car is. You need to pull my car over, not me.
Yeah, a cop pulls over some guy in a Tesla. You know how fast you're going?
Do you have a license to drive this? No, sir, I don't. I'm not the one driving.
You know, there was actually.
I'm not driving while intoxicated because technically I'm not driving this POS.
Nope. I'm drunk as a skunk, but hey, blame the car. He's the one that crashed.
Yeah.
His name's
By the way,
Jordan.
I have to update my beer of choice has changed today.
Oh,
I am now drinking Guinness.
Well, I just ran out. It's almost midnight, and I just looked at the clock. So I gotta bounce, guys, because
the clock on your camera or the clock on your wall? Or camera, computer.
I'm tired.
You can't leave me yet. I just poured my Guinness. That's not fair.
Oh, sorry, Sean.
No, it's 4 more minutes till his birthday. Give him at least that.
I'll give you that, Sean.
But by the way, I had to disappear for 2 reasons. My IBS decided to tell me it was time to go. Number 1, and number 2, my 3-year-old decided to call me at like 10 minutes to midnight to wish me a happy birthday.
Aw.
That's why I was over here and she started calling me and I'm like, hang up, call me back, hang up. And I'm like, what do you? What's up?
Big phone at your kid.
You know, well, no, because I didn't know if it was something serious or what. You know, like, hey, what do you mean? I'm in the middle of a live stream. Because your kid was calling you for a reason. I'm like, oh, my kid's calling me. You know, obviously, if I tell him no to call me in the morning, then I'm a real dick as a dad.
Yeah.
Live stream or not, I gotta take this.
Yeah.
You know, I absolutely love and hate Guinness at the same time. That the first Guinness that you put down, it's so tart. I don't know if tart's actually the word. Whatever it
Now,
is.
Guinness isn't tart. Now, it's just well, there's
Why?
Guinness is just its own thing. I mean, the last time I had a Guinness, I was actually in Ireland. I was coming back from Saudi Arabia.
Now, are they better over in Ireland than they are here?
Well, it was Guinness out of the tap. So, but
I've had Guinness out of the tap here.
yeah, So I wouldn't say it's actually better. I mean,
It can't be that much older because you can get a case of Guinness overseas in like 3 or 4 days.
yeah. So I don't really think it's like that. But the best part about it though, it's like there was.
Is that you actually have the rolling
guys
hills in the background to drink your beer to?
What's that?
That you actually have rolling hills of Ireland behind you to drink your beer to?
Yeah, we were in Shannon, Ireland. It was 1999. We were coming back from Saudi, and we there was a bar in the airport, and we stopped in. So we sat at the bar, and there were these 2 like 65-year-old Irish guys, just old, and they weren't grumpy. They were actually really, really nice. And they were like, "Hey, where are you guys coming from?" And we told our story and everything. And like, "Oh, let's." So we all like poured a Guinness, and we're all hanging out. And then we sat down in the lounge area, and all of a sudden, here come these like college-age Irish chicks that sat down with us and talked with us, drinking Guinness. And that was like one of the best memories I've had when I was in the military. I mean, that was.
Well, you can't go wrong with a Guinness, especially if you're in Ireland.
Yeah. So that was very cool. Now, is it actually better in Ireland? I don't think so.
I just poured this.
Yeah.
This is one of the things I like about Guinness. A regular beer, yeah, you can kick it back pretty quickly, but you regret it in like 5-6 minutes when you start belching it back up. I can down this whole freaking Guinness, and I'm not gonna feel bloated. I'm gonna feel drunk.
Oh, I hope
Maybe
so.
not off the first one. But yeah, I mean,
I was hoping I could have brought one of those kegs back the other day.
Oh, that's right. You sent me the picture of that. He had a whole freaking pallet full of freaking Guinness kegs.
2 of them.
Jeez.
And you didn't drop them off at my front door.
I tried. I couldn't even get the guy to knock one over with a forklift accidentally. Watch out for that block of cheese. He'll show out to take that one back when we get a dent in it.
Well, hey, Sean, it's 12 o'clock. Happy birthday, dude.
Woo!
Party.
And then all the confetti falling and the people whistling. And, oh, wait, no, it's just me and another year older.
Well, hey, man.
Thank you for hanging out with me.
Yep. I'll try to hop on next week. We'll see what happens. I don't think I have anything going on.
All right.
I'm not sure yet. So, but great hanging out with you guys. And
All right. See you later.
we'll catch you all next time.
All right.
All righty.
Not bad. Have a good night. It's nice meeting you.
See you guys.
See ya.
These are all tentative anyway. I mean, geez, we almost didn't even have one tonight.
Yeah.
If you unplug it, it will. And plug it. At least it will be right noise.
It's got the point.
Like the first Guinness I drink. But you never put a good to drink just one, because the first one always does not. It's a little getting used to the first one, even if you only stop for like a week of drinking it. But the second one goes down so smooth, and then it just gets smoother after that. The one night, this was way back when. This was before any of my kids, so this had to have been 2008, I think. Friend dared me to drink as many Guinnesses as I could in an hour. I'm 45 minutes in, and I've got 8 of them down.
Jeez.
So 8 beers in 45 minutes. And for some stupid reason, and this was my roommate at the time, for some stupid reason, we decided to take we were downstairs drinking. For some reason, we decided to go upstairs for some, I don't even understand why. And I had what used to be a dumbwaiter in my house. Now, the dumbwaiter is no longer there. There's nothing of it left, but they turned the dumbwaiter was into a bottle. So it stands about, I don't know, just above waist high is where the bottom of it is, and then it goes to the ceiling. So I was sitting inside of that closet for some reason, and so I get down, and I get to the top of the stairs, and we're going down the stairs, and then all of a sudden, gravity is going faster than, I am going faster than gravity down the stairs. Feet are still under me, but eventually I have to stop at the bottom of the stairs. I'm more at this point, not necessarily walking down the stairs, more or less falling with my feet still under me. And, like I said, I was fine upstairs. I was fine until I jumped up off of that, you know what I mean? Like, you ever been to the point where you were drunk and you don't feel drunk until you move?
Yeah.
That's what it was. I was perfectly fine. I was sitting there chit-chatting away, and the alcohol didn't hit me till I got up and went to go down the stairs. And I had to learn real quick that we need to put the drunk brakes on, because the sober brakes are no longer working.
Clearly.
But I made it down to the bottom of the stairs without crashing into everything, because at that point I had my DVD rack with all my model cars on top of it at the bottom of the staircase, and then right next to that was my entertainment unit. So if I would have crashed, that's what I would have crashed into.
Oh dear.
So that would have hurt.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I did it, but I ended up making it down to the bottom of the stairs in one piece. And that's, like I said, I had stopped drinking for like 15 minutes before that, because literally I just felt full, not because I felt drunk.
What the hell?
What happens when you're young and stupid, and you do stupid things like see how much you can drink in an hour?
Yeah.
Did not throw up either. That's one other good thing I like about Guinness is no matter how much you drink, it doesn't make you want to puke.
That's a good side effect.
Yeah, well, it's the carbonation in the alcohol as well. In regular alcohol without the carbonation, it's the amount of alcohol content that you're consuming that makes you want to puke. But when it's beers, it's normally the carbonation in the alcohol breaks everything up.
On my 21st birthday, of course, a bunch of my friends, they got me, you know, whatever alcoholic beverages they decided to give me. So there was a 6-pack of White Russians and Coney Island. No, not your father's sugar, not Coney Island sugar. And then, of course, there was the usual birthday stuff like cake and ice cream. So they got me loaded up before they got the ice cream cake out. I ate like 3 bites. I'm like, it's not going to stay down. And then everyone's like, oh, yeah, we got Elliot so drunk on his birthday that he puked. Like, no, it's all the sugar. Well, yeah, it was mainly the sugar.
Well, and that's the worst thing you can do when it comes to drinking is because alcohol is a sugar. And what most people do is they'll drink a lot and then they'll go straight to bed. It doesn't work because what happens is you have all of that quick acting sugar and then you just stop. Well, your body's still producing insulin or the stuff that breaks down the sugar. Your body's still producing all of that. So by the time that by the time you wake up in the morning, your blood sugar is actually dropped, which is why you get that hangover and the headache. Because your blood sugar is tanking because it produced all of those chemicals to break down the sugar that it's expecting you to still be consuming. And you're not consuming them anymore, and so now it's got too much of that and not enough sugar to burn. And you wake up in a basically a sugar low.
Yeah.
That's why the best cure for a hangover is to eat something like a bagel or a muffin, something doughy, and then drink a glass of orange juice and drink a glass of Gatorade. All right, see you later, Pilot.
Have a good one, man.
But the reason why you want to do that is because the orange juice or the apple juice will kick your sugars up quickly. The muffin or some sort of carbohydrate will extend. Will do the time released sugar drop, and then you're most likely dehydrated from drinking. So the Gatorade helps that, and normally you'll kick a hangover pretty quickly that way. Or you just start drinking again. Depends on your level of party. You ever have nights like that, Chris?
Yeah, usually caffeine.
Well, caffeine withdrawal just only gives me headaches.
Well, I think that's a pretty usual
It
attribute.
doesn't give you the full hangover, just the massive migraine from your brain when caffeine that it's not getting.
Massive migraine matched with the Integra energy drinks. So when you come down on them, it's crashed.
Yeah, I fixed my lack of caffeine migraines with an energy drink. Yep, you're right. Monster in the morning, and I'm good.
There you go.
I usually get yelled at every time I grab one of those.
Well, no, because it's not technically good for your heart, but I normally get around 4 to 5. Well, I very rarely get 5 hours of sleep when it comes to a work week. I don't normally go to bed until like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, and my alarm goes off at 5:30 in the morning. So if I go to bed at 12, the max I'm getting is about 5 hours of sleep. If I go to bed at 1, that's like 4 hours of sleep.
Ideally.
And that's if I don't stay awake till like 2, laying in bed, then I get like 3 hours of sleep. So yeah, energy drink in the morning if I can't find coffee is my, like I'll always keep like an energy drink with me during the week. I prefer coffee in the morning, but obviously if nobody's making coffee and there's no coffee around, then I'm forced to drink the energy drink. Otherwise, falling asleep while watching a client on a mental board is never a good idea.
No.
Because that'll get your ass killed or hurt or fired because the client did something stupid and you were not awake to witness it.
Or stop it.
Well, yeah. Well, normally the problem is you can't really always stop it either because we're not always allowed to put hands on. So sometimes there's nothing that we can do except for try to talk them out of it. And
All right, well, then.
Sometimes they don't really care.
Fair enough.
Or they're doing it for fun, and they're definitely not going to listen to you trying to talk them out of it because they're going to do what they want to do anyway.
Yeah.
I'm going to swallow this paper clip because I want to go to the hospital. So you're not going to be able to talk me out of it.
I think we did.
So who all do we still have in the chat? I think it's Mrs. Formula.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think it's just, we only got 3 viewers at the thingy, so I think I am going to call it a night because, it is birthday. And I'm going to catch you guys all next week.
Oh,
And I'm glad for all of you guys hanging out with me all the way to till 12. I'm probably going to pop on Xbox after this. I don't know.
all right.
So I'll catch you guys
Happy
later.
birthday, Bob.
Thank you. And nice spending it with you guys.